Hello everyone, it's your girl Ada from Lawrence Franco channel. Welcome back to my channel. My voice is starting to sound a little bit better. Turn this off so you guys can hear me. I know I've been a little behind when it comes to my videos, and I really apologize for that. So I do want to get like 2 videos done right now. It is 10:58. I don't want these videos to be this long because they're not going to be that long. Because again, like I always explain, I'm just going to be expressing how I feel about a couple and things of that nature. I did take a nap today, so therefore, for that reason, I am not really all that tired. So I'm really thinking I could get like 2 videos done right now within the span before it turns like 12 in the morning. Therefore, by tomorrow, I could upload the other video and then start doing the Degrassi one. So the other couple I want to talk about from Temptation Island that was very interesting to me is from the first season. It's Kacie and Evan. They both been together they were together for 10 years. I really apologize for the background noises, fireworks and shit. They were together for 10 years. They started dating with both for 19. So while they're here on the island, Kacie and Evan came to the island because Evan doesn't like he's given an ultimatum to put a ring on Kacie's finger. He feels like there shouldn't be a rush for them to get married. He does not feel like he is ready to marry Kacie. He is afraid that if he commits to her that he would eventually hurt her or cheat on her because his dad had an affair and his dad was murdered by the woman that he was having an affair with. So Kacie is afraid that he's going to hurt Kacie the same way his dad hurt his mom. That is why Evan doesn't want to get married. Kacie's parents feel like their daughter deserves more. That their daughter should be living in a home with a man who knows 100% he wants to get married to her and spend his life for her. And I 100% agree. But I do feel like Kacie's parents are the reason for why Kacie was giving Evan ultimatums, because her parents might have got into her head and felt like, you know, Evan doesn't love you because he hasn't asked you to marry him yet. Evan doesn't love you because he hasn't even put a ring on your finger yet. What the fuck's taking so long? You and him been together since 19 years old. Y'all been together for 10 years. They both came on the island. They were 29 years old. It's like, how much more time do you need? By the time I get married, I'm going to be like, what, am I fucking 40s? No. There should be no reason how you can be together with someone since you're 19 years old, together for 10 years, and you don't know if you want to get married. Is it that you don't want to get married to her, or you just don't want to get married, period? Like, what's really going on? I feel like when it came to both of them, I definitely understood where they both were coming from. I didn't like how Evan treated Kacie on the island. Him cheating and, you know, basically falling in love with somebody else. Of course that hurts, especially when you had the mindset that you wanted to leave the island with him. Right? Kacie had the mindset that she wanted to leave the island with Evan and that she wanted to work things out. Oh, baby. She wanted to work things out. That she felt like she could get past this little hardship in their relationship, right? She was giving him ultimatums, and he expressed on their bonfire that because she was giving him so many ultimatums to the course of the relationship, it made him resent her and made him just go in such a dark space in their relationship where he just felt like he couldn't be with her. She's going to continue giving him ultimatums. In the course of their time on the island, he did fall somewhere else. Kacie cried the entire time she was on the island. There was never a time where she never cried. I actually feel like she deserved more. I don't know what her and Evan's relationship was like before they came to the island, but they definitely looked like they loved each other. And I feel like I understand where Kacie's parents were coming from, but I feel like them like getting in Kacie's head to where it had to be her giving this grown ass man that she's been with since she's been 19 years old an ultimatum. That's her parents are doing too much. First of all, we are too grown to be out here giving a man an ultimatum. If you have to second guess anything in life, it is not meant to be. It is not for you. You should never have to second guess anything you want or anyone you want in your life, period. If you already know you never have plans on committing to me, you should have let my ass go a long time ago. And when she said that, I went to agree with her. He basically wasted her 20s. 29 years old, still waiting. If I'm going to get a ring, I'm going to get a ring. Just for you to turn around and just say, you know what, Kacie? I don't even want to commit to you that way because you're really just not the one for me. You could have told me that years ago. Instead, you brought me to an island. You was a complete scumbag. Cheating left and right. You didn't send me a 10-minute message. Like, you just was horrible. Like, he should have let Kacie go a long time ago, in my opinion. Instead of dragging out the relationship to 10 years when he already had it in his mind that he was never going to put a ring on her finger. I mean, I don't blame her parents for being on her ass and just saying, like, you deserve so much more and we never want you to marry him. So, when it comes to the bonfire, Kacie expressed, that she really does love Evan and that through the time they spent apart, she prayed and just hoped that he didn't forget about them and the love that they shared and everything of that nature. And, Evan told Kacie that, her giving him ultimatums and things of that nature is what put him in the corner for a long time in the relationship. And he just felt like if he was to give her a ring, it was because that's what she expects, not because he wants to. And, he tells her that he's in love with somebody else. And, she expressed that how can he, just give up on them and give up on her and their entire relationship over a girl that he just met. I 100% agree with you coming from. It definitely feels like it's an impulsive decision just for him and that girl not to even laugh. He proposed to her and they broke up. So it was stupid. But I understand that even Kacie, even after everything, she honestly realized that her and Evan really wasn't a match for real. But, Evan gave her a lot of promises. Like, she said that said that he was going to love her forever, that he was never going to leave, that they were going to work this out. He made a lot of promises that he did not keep. Do not make promises that you cannot keep. He told her a lot of shit the day they came to the island just to turn around and say, I'm leaving. You feel me? At the end of the day, Evan, is just simple. You knew you were never going to put a ring on my finger. Boy, shush. If you knew you were never going to put a ring on my finger, why did you drag our relationship to 10 years? Why? Just why? You wasted my 20s. Kacie could have been with someone who actually wanted to marry her. You feel me? Like I said, I understand where she's coming from. I understand where Evan's coming from. Kacie really wants to work it out with Evan, right? She felt like, that she could take the ultimatums away and that when he's ready to get married, then she'll be ready too. You feel me? She shouldn't feel like she should have to rush him to get married because that's what she wants. You feel me? By giving him ultimatums is basically forcing him, like, I have a time period, I will be married by this date, this year, such and such. And I feel like you should never have to give nobody a relationship with an ultimatum. Never, ever. And trust me, take it from someone who knows experience. I have done that before. And it's just stupid. I'm grown, you're grown. Why the fuck am I giving you an ultimatum? If you love me and you want to be with me, be with me. But if you're having second thoughts and whatnot, leave the fuck alone. If you feel like I ain't the one for you, don't even open your mouth. That is just how it should be. I feel like no grown-ass man should be giving a woman an ultimatum. Should no grown-ass woman be giving no grown-ass man an ultimatum. Do you want to commit to me? Yes or no? Yes, me or our relationship. Yes, we've been together for 10 years. But I actually want to commit. I want to commit to you. I want us to be able to commit to each other when it comes to marriage. If you know you don't want to commit to me that way, let me go. And he did that. He did it at bonfire. He said he didn't want to waste any more of her time because he knows that he is not going to marry her. He wants her to find a man who is going to do that. Okay, that is good thinking on his part. But at the end of the day, it's already too fucking late. I'm 29 years old. You know I already wasted half of my fucking life by me being in a relationship when you already knew you were never going to marry me. So I don't blame Kacie's parents for basically telling her, like, we didn't already see the shit. You didn't see it. We didn't already knew he was never going to marry you. And he brought you to an island so he could cheat and do what he wanted to do instead of just telling you straight up, Kacie, I really don't want to be with you for real because I know I don't have any plans of ever putting a ring on your finger. Like, why couldn't he just man up and just say that straight up? You feel me? But that's what I really wanted to say. I don't really need to say too much because, like I said, I only go over why they're here, and then I talk about the final bonfire, and I, express how I feel. Like I said, I definitely understand where Kacie's coming from. I definitely understand where Evan's coming from. I feel like what Evan gave up on their relationship because if she said that she's changed and she's had a different side of things, you don't just you don't give up on the relationship just because she finally got there. She might have finally got there to where she might have never done those things to where you actually needed it. Okay, I get that, but she's going to do it now, and I feel like that's what should matter. I feel like at the time, like she said, at the time I just was allowing my parents to get in my head into thinking that, you know, giving you the ultimatum was the best decision. Honestly, it was the worst because giving him ultimatums was what was pushing him away. And she said that she realized that now, and that when they leave this island, she doesn't want to do that anymore. She doesn't want to keep doing that. But it's like, Evan, you said it's too late, but it's like you never really gave her a chance. You never actually given her an opportunity to show you the things that she learned and what she wanted to do differently. You basically just gave up on her. He gave up on her, gave up on the entire relationship for a girl that he didn't even end up with. I mean, this girl Morgan, I mean, don't get me wrong, him and Morgan were cute. They definitely had chemistry. But I feel like in his entire journey, he forgot about Kacie. Like, he said, fuck Kacie. He not really fell in love with Morgan. He didn't got intimate with her. He already emotionally checked out with Kacie. He was already in love with Morgan. At the end of this fucking season 1, he told Morgan he loved her. Like, he really was a scumbag. I understand this is your journey and y'all are here to discover whether or not you're meant here to be with your partner or if it's someone else better out there for you. I totally get that. But it's like, Evan, you did all of that not to even end up with the girl that you left the island with. Just for her to turn around and say shit about you that Kacie started speaking about in interviews. You feel me? So, yeah. I don't really want to say too much. I just want to give my opinions on that. I'm going to catch y'all in my next video.